Well, good afternoon, basketball fans all over the world, and welcome here to Malaga, sunny Spain, for tonight's quarterfinals of the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup between our host France, between France and Slovenia. Our hosts will take on later, of course, but this is a big matchup, of course. And, of course, you know, alongside me is the great Teresa, of course. You know, Teresa, coming into this game, of course, the matchup's going to be big. I mean, we got two basketball nations really hungry to get to that semifinal. Well, there you can see, of course, Lithuania defeating Poland. Serbia losing emphatically to the United States of America. So Lithuania will play the United States tomorrow in the semifinal. Well, the winner of this game will play the winner between Spain and, of course, Australia. It's going to be a big game, of course.
Yeah, exciting game ahead of us. Another quarterfinals. We've already had two previously. Now this third, another fourth coming. So exciting day of basketball. And as you mentioned, France in here, Slovenia in here tonight in this game. Big task for Slovenia. They are debuting at the Under-17 World Cup. So them being top 8 already at the moment is such an accomplishment. So again, they have nothing to lose in today's games, and they just have to play as a team, really, and stop the machine of the French basketball national team in here under 17, because they have been amazing in a transition offense. They punishing turnovers, so Slovenia has to look, obviously, after the ball. Also, the France is such deep in the bench. You know, anyone who can come on the court can keep the intensity and the level of the basketball. So loads of excitement ahead of us, and soon we're going to see Slovenia coming up.
Well, of course, Slovenia featured some key players in this lineup, of course, Teresa. I mean, the one player for them that's leading the way is Vide. I mean, 20.5 points per game. I mean, he is a phenomenal basketball player.
Yeah, and he's a top scorer of the whole tournament, averaging 20.5, as you said. He's such a leader to this team of Slovenia. So, but, you know, again, it'll be a question, can more players add to it? Can more players, you know, can they work as a team, compact team against a strong French team today?
Well, this is the FIBA Under-17 World Championship. We're live here in Malaga, of course, but, you know, think about for the dominance of European basketball, Slovenia at the men's level winning the last Eurobasket back in 2017. So there's a lot for these young Slovenian players to live up for. And, of course, it's going to be a great test for them. Well, we're going to get set now to look at the players from France, of course. Yeah, you talked about it as well. I mean, this French team started off with a big victory against Serbia. You know, and since then, it's almost like they haven't been challenged at the moment. In the round of 16, a 65-point blowout against Japan, of course. It's almost like this might be the biggest test for them so far here in the tournament.
Yeah, and the question is it actually good or bad, the fact that they haven't been challenged, really? Because they could be a bit rested, because coaches could have spread the minutes across the roster. But as we've seen, they faced Serbia, and they've been really challenged. And, you know, we know that Serbia is such an incredible team. But at the same time, I'm a former player, and I never really liked playing underdogs, which Slovenia is in this game, because they have nothing to lose, and they can actually come up with so many things unexpectedly. So, but I think the quality within the French roster is just incredible, and I'm sure we're going to see a beautiful game of basketball again tonight.
Well, we're going to stand now for the national anthems of these two beautiful countries. Well, the national anthems have been sung, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get set to introduce our officials tonight. They're coming from the United States of America, from Poland, and from Romania. Well, of course, from Romania, we have Viola Yorgi, and from Poland, we have Wojciech Liszka, and from the United States of America, we have Jana Jordan Renee. Well, of course, we're very proud to say we have some of the finest officials here at World Basketball. They've done an excellent job in all of our competitions, and they will continue to do so here tonight at the 2022 FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. It is Slovenia. We're going to take a look at the starting lineups and the coaches from these two teams, and we're going to start here with Slovenia now. Of course, we have mentioned Vide being the top player, but, you know, who else can we expect from the Slovenia team, Teresa?
I would say definitely Lonlicha could really contribute as well for Slovenia. Then we've seen Borisek have a good game as well, and Tratar as well on the glass is strong. He's averaging 8 rebounds per game and 3.5 points only. But you know, Vide is such strong leader for the Slovenian team. Here is the starting five: Lichan, Popovic, Vide, Pirs, Tratar. So quite expected. Then tough task to have up these five of Slovenia. You know, and tough task as well for coach of Slovenia, Gasparin, because playing that strong French team, what game plan would you put in? Like, obviously, try to take care of the ball, don't give them any opportunities to run the break, and play your game, try to control again, you know, don't rush.
Well, now there you can see Risache along with Malawaya and Wilson Jacques, the starting center. Now, Mohamed Diawara is going to come in, but the big key there is the backcourt play. Ilan Pietrus. I mean, what can we expect from his very high-tempo play here for France?
Yeah, as I already mentioned, I expect them to play a quick basketball, playing a great tough defense, which brings them easy opportunities to run the breaks and share the ball, because we know the French team is great sharing ball as well. So I think loads of players are going to get touches. Again, the coach has spread the minutes across the roster throughout the whole championship. There's no player pretty much averaging more than 20 minutes per game. So I think their feet's going to be fresh and they're going to be running the floor. So the tough task for Slovenia to stop that intensity, what French team's going to bring into this game.
But any level, whether we're talking about the men's or the women's, I mean, this is like a grade A caliber European basketball game between two European nations that, you know, in their respectful right mind, they have really been arguably in that contention for top 5 for European basketball countries. We mentioned Slovenia, the rise of Luka Doncic, along with the Dragic brothers, and what they've achieved in France. All you have to do is go on Netflix and watch those documentaries about Tony Parker, of course, and just the players such as Rudy Gobert, Nick Batum. And again, it's just a legacy for these young players to live up to. One day they want to get there, of course. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are now a minute away from the Tissot tip-off. This is the quarterfinals of the FIBA Basketball Under-17 World Cup. It is Slovenia versus France. Well, Teresa, as I mentioned, you made a very good point, of course. You know, France are undefeated. Like the United States, they have yet to lose it. Slovenia has dropped a few games. And, of course, this is going to be a big test for them as well against a very high-tempo French team. And again, it'd be almost foolish of us to kind of guess who's going to win this, but we're going to look at two different styles of basketball. That's going to be a hell of a show.
Yeah, it's nice to see talent. As we say, this is national team competition. So, you know, this is great opportunities for these young players to learn their lessons. And no matter who you play, you try to put up the best performance you can. So that's always exciting to see. And if maybe you don't play the best, you have to put the heart in and try to, you know, do everything you can to show yourself off to potential scouts in here or any other, you know, players or coaches or people who's watching you.
Well, buenas tardes, bienvenidos. Good afternoon and welcome here to Palacio de Deportes Jose Maria Martin Carpena. We are in the home of one of the biggest basketball arenas here in Spain, in the city of Malaga. And it will be Slovenia now who get the first possession of the game now. Well, Slovenia, you can see already in their starting lineup, having their playmaker. Well, Slovenia, you can see already in their starting lineup, having their playmaker. Pierce on the ball now. He's looking to make that penetration in the lane now. Throws a very tough pass in the lane, and 6 on the shot clock now. They got to get something going here. And there comes a pick and roll. He's got to get a shot up here. Down the lane, hangs up in the air. Good contact, doesn't get it. And the rebound secured by Risache here for France. Well, Pietrou on the ball here, coming off one screen. This is the mismatch France wants. 10 now on the shot clock here. Pietrou with the hesitation, another kick out as Diawara takes a three-pointer. He nails it downtown. If he starts making those shots, that could be a bit of a problem here for Slovenia.
Yeah, you could see Slovenia really pack that middle of the paint, obviously, to fill it, to not let any French player to penetrate in. But a great recognition and great shot from the range.
Well, Slovenia tried their luck from downtown, and he tucks that one away. We could be in for his Lon Luchan now, just coming out and hitting a three-pointer right back on the French defense. Well, Pietrou here coming off one screen. Again, you're going to be seeing the French offense run as much pick and roll as much as possible here with Pietrou. 6 on the shot clock now. They throw this one down low. And there's a kick out. Diawara, he's made one three-pointer, takes another one. Doesn't get it. France with the offensive rebound. And again, Slovenia punished through the size and the physicality. I mean, how important is it going to be for Slovenia to keep France off the rebounds here tonight?
Yeah, very important as well. We've seen it in previous 2 matches that you don't allow the team grab more than 20 offensive rebounds, and that's what we don't want to see today for Slovenia. So Slovenia will have to really box the players out.
Well, we got a turnover now. What do we have here in transition? Well, they got numbers. There we go with that one. Goes up and he finishes that one in transition. A smart play there by Wilson Jacques. Can you like to see the big man just running in transition, getting ahead there?
Yeah, when your big man is running, you got to reward him with a pass because you don't see it too often.
Well, France here putting the early pressure on Slovenia. Slovenia just trying to break down the very intense French defense. There's the penetration now. Goes out of bounds. That's going to be Slovenia ball with 4.5 seconds left here on the shot clock now. Well, Vida, as we mentioned, the top scorer so far, averaging 20.5 points per game along with 6.8 rebounds. He'll inbound this one now here for Slovenia. Well, Slovenia now got to get a shot off, and it's a deflection. And now they'll have the ball deep in the sideline. But again, now they have 2.1 seconds left to get a shot off.
Yeah, when you mentioned that Vidas, obviously averaging so many, then another player of the Slovenia is 11.3 points, and that's Lichan. And then you don't really see any more players contributing offensively. And I'm a little bit worried that it's not going to be enough for this French team today, but you never know. This is quarterfinals. Anything can happen. The team's might doesn't have a day, and you know you can't play and replace the result with another game. So this is game for all. So we might be surprised that Slovenia can manage, and there will be more players contributing.
It's like the FIBA World Cup hashtag win for all, you know? But who's going to win this one? Win for Slovenia, win for France, and we will find out. As Diawara looking for a handoff here. Well, the three is taken from downtown. The three is good. Well, France all of a sudden making the defense stretch it. That is France's number 35, Zachary Rissachet. He now moves up to 5 points here. The penetration by Vida now can't get it. Diawara almost turned it over, but Pietrou now will bring the ball up here for France. A foul has been called there, and I think that's going to be called on number 15, Blaj Trata there for against Slovenia. Well, you got to love the way Pietrou plays. I mean, Pietrou, excuse me, how he plays and how he gets out in transition, but very exciting play. But again, France looking to go to that pick and roll with the young player. Under 10 the shot clock now. Pietrou trying to fight his way, goes in and around, almost gets the ad one, but he's going to go to the free throw line now here for 2 shots.
That's another element of the game Slovenia will have to look after, and it's the personal fouls, obviously, because France is strong, running the floor up and down, penetrating aggressively to the rest of the rim, and they have to step up as a team defense because, you know, the physicality could overplay you, but if you lose your position defensively, there must be someone else coming to help you, and that's mainly being someone on a split line, which now Pietrus had all the way, drive away to the rim, and there was no players really, so great aggressivity from Pietrus.
Well, Ilan Pietrou at the free throw line, he has averaged in this tournament 13.8 points per game with 3 assists and 2 rebounds. Now he plays in the academy, one of the best teams in France, and SIG Strasbourg, a member of the men's team, been a member of the Basketball Champions League and a very competitive team, so again, a part of a great academy and good for his development. Well, fakes the pass now, wraps around. They got to finish this one, but they turn it over. Diawara with the rebound. The big man just showing the handle here, and again, you got to love that. Pietrou now coming off one screen. Goes down the middle, another kick out here. Beautiful basketball from France. Hangs in the air right now, Teresa. It is all French basketball.
Look at that movement on the court. Most of the players had touches. It's like no one was standing, and it's so hard to defend.
Well, Slovenia now in some need of some inspiration. Well, Tratar there with the offensive rebound off the miss. There's the pump fake now, takes this one in the lane. And again, they're getting good looks, but they're just not able to find him. As now as Pietrou will try to push this one here for France in transition. Well, has to slow it down as Luis Sachet now. With 10 seconds on the shot clock. Going to put the ball back in the hands now of the man from 6 Strasbourg. Luis Sachet's got to get the shot off. Well, has to shoot it, takes a three-pointer, doesn't get it, and goes out of bounds. That will be Slovenia ball, and again, struggling there. France was struggling to get a good shot off.
Yeah, there was great defensive possession from Slovenia. And again, you know, France almost grabbed that offensive rebound. Jacques couldn't really tip the ball into his teammates' hands. So Slovenia has to really take care of boxing out, because you don't want to give them another possession offensively to try to create and score.
What would you say about the spaces right there? You can see Lee Chan, only the top scorers, made that one three-pointer so far for Slovenia, but in terms of their spacing on the court, is it effective right now? What do they need to change to try and get into this game?
You know, I think they have to make the defensive players to move. So you can't really play one-pass game. You have to involve the whole players in the court. You have to play your set offense. So the defensive players have to switch, or you create some mismatch in there, or you know, you simply don't let them relax in there and focus only on the ball, because no player can score without the ball. So if you're not really moving, everyone can just look at the ball, and that's easy defense, right? So I think what Slovenia should do, really try to, first of all, play good defense and maybe get some steals to run the breaks, which would give them a little bit comfortable, some easy points. And if they play 5 against 5, just, you know, be honest, send some players through, you know, play the set offense, control of what you are able to control, and not to try to play the tempo of the French team.
Do you think that maybe some more offensive rebounding could probably try and get Slovenia some extra effort, some extra passion to kind of, you know, kind of claw their way back in this game? Again, it's just finding that identity at the moment. Yeah,
but at the same time, I'm sure Slovenia is worried about a transition offense from France, you know, so if you go for too much for offensive rebound, then you're opening up the courts and they're going to run the breaks, so they have to balance it very well.
Diawara under the basket, he gets fouled. And again, I think we're going to get a warning there. I think he needs to be very careful. Slovenia's number 5, Lon Lichan, threw his fist at the crowd at the official's decision. I think the officials have just had a quiet word with him to say, hey, relax, it's the beginning of the game now. We don't want tempers to flare. You got to keep your head in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no really reason for frustration, and I think there will be more reasons probably when the game's going to go for Slovenia to be a bit frustrated, because the French team seems today stepping on the court in the best shape they could. They're running the break, they play great defense, they're shooting well so far, so it will be really, really tough task for Slovenia to compete with them in today's game.
Well, Mohamed Diawara at the free throw line from Paris Basket. Foul has been committed on Zachary Risachet. Well, what I like about Diawara, of course, you know, the big man, of course, is that this guy can obviously play inside, cause a lot of problems, but he can step out to the perimeter. He can bring the ball up, but what else we've seen from him? He can shoot the ball from the perimeter.
Yeah, he's such a good prospect from French basketball.
Well, France now leading this one by 10 points. Slovenia, again, they've gone nearly half of the, well, they have gone half of the first quarter with only one field goal. It's come from the perimeter.
Yeah, and what's not good for Slovenia as well, that Tratar is on 3 personal fouls sitting on the bench right now. He's been one of the top players for Slovenia, and that's what I mentioned at the beginning. They have to control and you know, try not to commit too many personal fouls too early.
Well, Slovenia now trying to aggressively deny Pietrou and keep the ball out of his hands. Now, Diawara wants to isolation here. Well, 5 in the shot clock now. He's got to get something going. Goes down the middle all the way with a little finger roll, and he just kisses that one. Well, I like to call that the finger roll there. Like the great George Gervin, the Iceman. I mean, that was just textbook play. Well, Slovenia now again just trying to go to more penetrations, get something to go, but again struggling to make things happen here. And again, it's another turnover.
That's a great effort on the offensive glass now for Slovenia. That's what you mentioned. That's probably what you want to do. If you miss the shot, which you will probably, because French defense won't allow you to have too many open shots, so they'll be always contested. So obviously the percentage is going to go down. So you have to go, try to grab your rebound and give yourself another option to create and score.
Well, France have made a change here. They've made 2 changes so far. So Slovenia go for the three-point in the corner. They don't get it, but again, they come up with another loose ball here with still 4 minutes ago. They're left with some time and space, hesitation. Has to pull up with it, and again, he gets it to drop in. Much needed 2 points there for Slovenia. Well, Richard now coming into the game here for France, along with one of their top scorers, Ilan Fibleul, who's averaging near double-double with 13 points and 7.5 rebounds. Well, 6 on the shot clock now. Diawara, there's the penetration, tries to muscle his way, tries to force off the backboard, and just puts it right in the hands of Zachary Rissachet. Again, it's now back to a 12-point ball game here to France.
This is a hard. Vidal is the only player who's trying to create, and he's been able to draw the foul. But you could see it's just him playing on the ball and everyone else just standing and watching. And you asked me what they need to do. I think they need to make the defense to move. So even just a little switch, like a little exchange of the spots on the weak side would help. You know, you don't have to obviously go in the lane of Vidal when he's trying to attack the rim, but just keep moving even on the weak side, you know, to make the defenders to move.
Well, Jan Vidal, of course, dropped 31 points in the opening game here in this tournament against the United States. He scored 20. Lebanon, a very quiet game here with only 11 points. And then, of course, in a more recent game, the round of 16 against Argentina, very impressive. 8 assists, 20 rebounds, 2 assists away from that, from that potential double-double. I mean, he's a very talented player. You see him on the perimeter. You see him now in the low block. I mean, he's going to be a very exciting prospect.
And as well, we have to keep in mind that everyone knows he's the top player of the Slovenia, so the whole defense is focusing on him. So he's still able to display incredible performances over that pressure.
Every day now, hesitation goes to the basket and gets rejected. Well, goodness gracious. Well, I want to see the replay of that one. Well, Alexandre Damsa said, au revoir, see you later, bonne nuit, good night, get out of here. Well, he is just not welcome. 1.4 seconds left here on the shot clock now for Slovenia. It's going to be a catch-and-shoot scenario. The shot is up and it's from Popovic, and Popovic nails it. And again, that will do Slovenia a lot of confidence. That only their second field goal. Well, Richard now giving this one up, finding Bacom Dadier. Dadier just checking into the game, tries to go down the middle. Well, Sa from downtown and the big fella. Well, we see him protecting the rim, but I don't think we expected to step out and start hitting perimeter shots, but
he's only been a minute on the court and he's already has such a big presence, isn't he?
Well, again, now we have transition here. Richard here. He's got numbers here in the lane now. Tries to go himself, doesn't get it. I think there was a potential lob scenario there for Sa, but goes out of bounds. Well, that basketball almost came right to my hands there, but you can see with me, I just don't have the, I never had it, of course, in the first place. Let's focus back on the basketball game. Slovenia trailing by 12 points with 2:09 to go here. They will have the ball on the sideline. Ovide now trying to attack the French defense. Makes a penetration for kick out, but good hands there by Bacom Dadier. With 8 seconds here on the shot clock, Slovenia is going to have the ball on the baseline. Well, Slovenia now going to their bench and making some changes. So coming in is Philippe Piersch, as he's coming back into the game, of course. So on the court they have Jure Renner along with Rock Popovic and Philippe Piersch. So it's going to be inbound this one. The three is up, and the three is good from downtown. Well, that's going to do Slovenia a lot of confidence again. Starting to feel it from the perimeter. And France What's the reason? We're seeing some cracks in the wall at the moment. They're starting to crumble a little bit.
Yeah, we all human beings, aren't we? And the players need to understand, even though you play favorites in the game, you know, they're only human beings as well. They make mistakes. If you put the pressure on, they're going to turn the ball over. If you're going to put them under pressure as a team, they're going to make mistakes as well.
Ooh! Well, Carl's around 6 and 3. And he got it! Big time shot! And all of a sudden, Slovenia, who couldn't buy a basket, just came out like a house on fire. Well, that is number 10, Nate Dizdarovic. Dizdarovic just curled that screen, and he didn't think twice. He just took the three-pointer. All of a sudden now, Slovenia, 80% from the perimeter, 4 for 5 from downtown.
Yeah, that's an incredible number, right? And we said that Slovenia has nothing to lose. It's their debut. They already happy being so paid. And I'm sure they would be even happier to be the French team. But, I mean, you know, they have nothing to lose. And French team now has to step up to contest these shots because out of 14 points, 12, they've been scoring out of perimeter. And it's just an incredible number. And, you know, if you're hot, you're just going to keep shooting. And that's what Slovenia should be doing. They should come out, go off the screen, get open again on the three. The players is shooting and making it. Keep them serving the ball and just let them do what works.
Of course, the French just had a quick timeout there. What do you think he's basically said to his players?
Oh, I'm sure that obviously they will have to contest the shot. If there's any screen, you have to follow the players into the screen so you don't give them any space to set their feet and shoot that shot. So, you know, I think that's obvious because France played great first quarter. It's just the fact that they let Slovenia shoot and they've been so successful.
Well, it's now been cut down to a 6-point ball game. So France trying to deal with the full court pressure. It's Pacom Dadier playing in the backcourt here with Richard. But Dadier now coming off one screen, looking for options here. Finding Alexandre Gassard. Before the shot clock now, they gotta get something going. It goes baseline, it's an easy little monster jam there. Oh, that is one way to introduce yourself to the game. That is Maxime Loguet. Well, we got a steal here. Now, what do we have in transition? Goes, oh, baby! Reverse dunk there. And that is just unbelievable. Ilane Flibuel. That is just phenomenal, that is. And an offensive foul now has been called. Well, that's going to be called on Dizdarovic. Yeah, just a trip over there. I mean, that's a very interesting call there.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate, isn't it? Because I don't think it was actually an intentional foul. It was just that trip over his feet. And
there's the baseline dunk. And goodness gracious, give this man some credit. Well, Pichard now playing the point guard again here for France. They try the lob pass down low to Sarr. He's made one big play already, takes the three-point, doesn't get it. Great communication here by these French players, switching on every possession now against Slovenia on defense. 10 on the shot clock now here. They almost turned it over again. And there you go, bit of showtime in transition. Well, Sarr is just flying out of the arena. The foul has been committed by Pichard. Well, look at the defense here. Alexandre Gassard just elevating and ripping the ring down. And that's going to get these French players back in the game. And there's a three-pointer. Takes it up and doesn't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first quarter, France leading this one 26-14 over Slovenia in this FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. We're live here in Malaga. This is the third quarterfinal game of the day so far. Lithuania, the United States of America, they'll meet up tomorrow in the semifinals, and the winner of this game will play the winner between Spain and Australia.
Yep, both ends great perimeter shooting. France 50% incredible. Slovenia given 67%. So they hit that shot 4 times out of 14 points. That's pretty much all of they've done for Slovenia point-wise in this first quarter. But you know, the French team is just so patient, right? Again, that's something they sticking to their defense. They are patient in there. They're not committing any silly fouls or anything, and they're just waiting for the Slovenia either to take that shot and they would grab the rebound and run the floor, or to turn the ball over and they will run the floor again. So France, really, we've seen quite a lot of uncontested shots as well in that fast break, and that's what we knew, that this game, we knew they're so good running the floor, and I think they're just confirming that statistic, that fact that France is another great team, compact defensively, which brings them great offense in transition.
You know what I like about these two teams as well? They know effectively how to spread the floor on offense, make those penetrations, draw the defensive collapse, just kick out to these wide open shooters.
Yeah, and what I like about that French team as well, that they have potential obviously to play one-on-one a lot, but they decide to play as a team. They share the ball, they move the floor, and you know, it's just fun to watch.
Well, FIBA is going to inbound the ball now here for France as Pietrou is back on the court here for Les Bleus. So again, it's going to be a very different line. Look at this dunk here from Alexandre Sarr. Oh, Monsieur Sarr, all of a sudden just elevated.
Yeah, and again, he's able to play from outside as well, not only inside. You know, the size he is.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you download the official app here for all the games of international basketball. Courtside 1891 for the best streams and schedules. Well, now, Pietrou is back in the game here for France. This team now has an 8-point lead. Well, Pietrou now with the penetration, now step back in the mid-range. Doesn't get the drop, and another offensive rebound. And a blocking foul has been called against France.
It is Darovic. Again, another unfortunate foul for FIBA. Oh yeah, he was there, but that reaching hand, I would say, was the personal foul he has just committed. But another great rebound by FIBA.
Well, Alexandre Sarr now will get the ball inbound here for France. Trying to find Pietrou now. Sarr now with the spin around, goes in with a little fang roll, doesn't get it. Another offensive rebound. France just battling for everything as Slovenia able to secure the basketball now. Slovenia looking to push this one. Vide now with the ball in his hands, looking to make things happen. 6 in the shot clock now, got to get something up. He's left wide open. Gets a block on the three-pointer. Pietrou now looking to push this one here for France. Down the lane, and goodness gracious, throws it down in transition. Well, Monsieur FIBA. This guy is an exciting prospect. He's going to be a hell of a talent one day. Darovic now coming up on screen, looking to give this up as Fish now looking for penetration. Tries a pump fake, puts him a little teardrop, doesn't get it. The rebound secured by France, and now France looking to slow the tempo now as they lead this one by 14 points. Had a bit of a spirited comeback there by Slovenia, but since then things have gone in France's favor. Pietrou now going behind the back, almost loses it, keeps it alive. Let's go baseline now. Force it up, doesn't get it. And now Slovenia can push this one here in transition. Slovenia now with Jan Vide. Vide down the middle, looking to spin out, looking for options. Yeah, defense very physical here from France. The three is up, and the three is knocked down. And three from downtown, number 11, Nick Urbania. That's his first 3 points of the game here. Much needed for Slovenia's confidence. Well, FIBA now with the ball in his hands. Arguably been France's most exciting player. Pietrou now has to go down the middle. Tries to split the defense. That's too easy right now as he splits the defense down. No hustle whatsoever there from the Slovenian Syriza.
Yeah, it is way too easy for a French team, and we even seen the quite easy looks as well. So it's not just this penetration; they have another looks before that. So Slovenia needs to step up and be on the split line.
Well, we get the look at the corner. The three is up, and again Slovenia living and dying from downtown. The three has been from that man again. Second three-pointer, Darovic. Well, he cuts it down to a 10-point ball game now. So far, the perimeter shooting 6 for 9 from downtown, 18 points. Slovenia But a step back now from FIBA. Takes the three-pointer, doesn't get it. The foul has been called against Slovenia, so it's going to be France ball on the base. I mean, Teresa, what do you make of that? 20 points scored so far in this game by Slovenia. 18 of them have come from the perimeter. They are living and dying.
Like, you know what, if they're going to keep that percentage the whole game, I'm going to just, you know, take my hat off to them, because that's some incredible numbers you see, you know. But being a French side, you have to believe they're not going to keep up this percentage the whole game. So you just have to be patient and keep playing their game and keep slowly increasing that margin, you know, and not really get any out of your control. What's uncomfortable now for Slovenia is that Izdarovic had 3 personal fouls as well now, so he had to go on the bench. So there's 2 players, quite key players for Slovenia, being on the bench. And that's not really good, considering we're only in the half of the second quarter.
Well, Lamar now throws down low. Good ball movement here from France. They get a shot from downside. They don't get it. Now Slovenia here with a chance to cut this into single digits. And there's the penetration. Again, you like this from Slovenia. Patient build up to their offense. There's another penetration, another kick out, another drive to the basket. I think they're going to call the foul's going to be called there against France. But again, you know, it's amazing. The 2 points that Slovenia have scored apart from 3-pointers has been for the free throw line. And again, you made a very interesting comment. Can they keep this up all game? I tell you right now, if they keep this percentage up and keep scoring more 3-pointers, we can expect Steve Kerr to get on a flight from California to head right here to Malaga, because he'll be looking to add to the Splash Brothers family.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, Slovenia now missing the first free throw of the game. Well, currently at the free throw line here for Slovenia is Nick Urbania, who has 2 3-pointers for that matter. Makes the second free throw now and cuts it down to a 9-point ball game with 6:12 to go here. 6:13, excuse me, in the second quarter. Well, Piatu now dealing with the full court pressure here. Well, Wilson Jacques looking for a handoff. Well, this is good ball movement here from France. They're trying a 3-point. The 3 is up and the 3 is good. And now France is giving Slovenia a taste of their own medicine. Again, it's that man who's been everywhere on the court for France so far, Ilan Piatrou. Popish now dealing with the heavy pressure. Slovenia got to get something going. And Urbania hits his 3rd tray ball right in the face there. That's a big-time shot right in the face of Maxime Loguet. And the 7th 3-pointer of the game now for Slovenia.
Yeah, and he himself is 100% from the range.
Well, he is now 3 for 3 here from the perimeter. There's now Wilson Jacques trying to get things going. Maxime Loguet taking the handoff now. Lamar the follow-up. He also makes a rebound. They don't get it. And Slovenia, again, relying here in transition from their perimeter shooting. Again, can they get their first field goal? Yes, they can. And it took a quarter and a half for Slovenia to finally get a field goal from inside the rainbow. And they cut it down now to a 7-point ball game. France now just trying to shake off this pressure coming from Slovenia. And again, Piatrou now here. A few seconds on the shot clock, makes a penetration. Goes all the way, hangs, doesn't get it. Slovenia now with another chance to chip into the deficit. Slovenia, beautiful behind the back pass, but an offensive foul's been called. A bit of a wasted opportunity there in transition for Slovenia.
Yeah, I think Nick Urbania a little bit overcomplicated that situation, because Vidal was wide open in a corner shot, and if he would have just dribbled to the player and just, you know, kick the ball to that corner, Vidal was wide open for the 3, and he didn't have to go into the charge. Well,
I think Nick Urbania was trying to pull a Nick Doncic move there, maybe in transition with behind the back. And again, he's got to play his game. He's a fantastic player, as you mentioned. 3 for 3 from the perimeter. As now France here dealing with the full court pressure from Slovenia. Well, Diawara is back into the game here for Les Bleus. We go down low here to Wilson Jacques. Wilson Jacques, good defense there from Slovenia, but they can't take care of it. Well, turns around, spins, fakes, goes off the backboard. That is, oh, he missed it. Well, that is very unfortunate. And now Slovenia trailing by 7 with a chance here And there's the crossover. Bumps goes in. It goes out of bounds. It's great defense there from Pietru. Again, it just goes to show why Slovenia are trying to go as much as possible from the perimeter. I mean, that is Malwara, excuse me, with the big block there for France. Well, Vide now on the ball here for Slovenia. The foul has been committed. Well, that's now the second team foul here for France. It's going to be sideline ball to Slovenia with a fresh 14 on the shot clock and 3:42 to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, that has been, again, a little bit unnecessary foul for Mawaya. Because Vide is such a strong dribbler with the ball, so you're probably not going to reach to his dribble. You know, you just have to be on your feet and wait, because you know he's going to play the offense.
Well, Vide now calling for a ball screen. Trying to come with a double screen now here. Well, guarded by Wilson Jacques. He's got to get something going. Vide hesitates, goes all the way, and again, avoids the block, but doesn't make the layup. Another offensive rebound here for Slovenia. Slovenia now fighting for everything, trying to claw their way back in this one. Another penetration now goes in. The second field goal. There you can see Ilan Pietru. He wanted the offensive foul, but I think that was a strong move going to the basket.
It was a really good move from Lichan, you know, and that's what you get from offensive rebounding. You get another option to score.
Well, France, they're just avoiding. Wow, Teresa, that was close there. That was very close. I felt it hit the 16 mark on the shot clock, which probably should have been an 8-second violation. Well, Malwaya now split the defense, goes in with a little Euro step. Gets the offensive rebound. And again, this guy just hungry right now for buckets.
He's relentless, let's say. He just goes for everything.
For another three. Got it! 8-3 in the half here for Slovenia. And Slovenia, incredibly, cutting it down to a 4-point ball game. And it's been all about the perimeter for them tonight. Well, the gamble on the pass now is Pietru. Well, France tried their luck from downtown. They don't get it. And now Slovenia with a big chance here. It goes down the middle. Tries another three. Big shot. Doesn't get it. I think if that three-pointer went in, this arena might have erupted.
You can't be mad at these players taking these shots, because shooting 72% from the perimeter is just an incredible number, and that's the majority of their points. So if you open, you gotta take the shot.
Well, Dadier now looking to isolate. Pulls up from the mid-range, takes the fadeaway, doesn't get it. Another rebound secured here by Slovenia. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Well, Lon Lichan now getting a handoff here. As Vide gets caught in a double team now. Avoids the trap, it goes down the middle. Vide hangs in the air, puts him a little floater, doesn't get it. And the tip in, and all of a sudden, France's 14-point lead has now been sliced down to just 2 points. And look at the emotion of those Slovenian players. They start to believe now. They think that we can get to the semifinals. France have to restructure themselves.
If you're supported with such percentage of shooting, you have to believe, because this is your night, right? Shooting 66 from threes and only 23 from two, but overly 41% is just a number which can bring you to winning in the game. So, you know, and what I like about Slovenia is as well, obviously their percentage raised. So for them it's easier to stop defensively. That the French team, you know, they improved, they've been as a team on a split line, and they also now feel confident to go for this offensive rebounding, which brings them another possession to score. So great last couple of seconds of this quarter for Slovenia.
Well, again, we talk about the perimeter shooting here from Slovenia. I mean, 8 for 12 from downtown. I mean, it's a very, very impressive stat. Of course, you know, this is something that's been evident of their game so far throughout the tournament. I mean, which is interesting because they usually average just under 6 3-pointers per game. So, again, something, maybe, again, I mean maybe, that if it keeps happening, who knows, maybe they can book their ticket for the semifinal. But, again, you know the way France are. They need to step up their energy right now.
Yeah, and that's why I said quarterfinals could be crazy, because it's just one game off. You know, there is no chance to replace it or make it up or something. So anything can happen, and Slovenia is a great example of it now.
Well, Slovenian fans now rallying behind their national team. The three is up, and the three is way off the mark, but another offensive rebound here. Malwaya Pichot now has to force up a Hail Mary three, and in and out, almost got it. Well, Slovenia can tie the game up, but you probably imagine with 8 3-pointers, they're going to look to take the lead probably. Well, Vide now looking to come off one screen now, looking for options here. Picks his dribble up here with under 10 on the shot clock. Someone's got to move here for him. Another foul has been called against France, and that's the 13th foul now here for France with 50 seconds ago, but both teams now here with one foul to give here in this game so far in the first half, but as it stands, Slovenia still trailing by 2 points. Popovic now gets caught under the basket, but turns it over. As Alexandre Sarr. Now this could be a potential 2-for-1 here for France. Pichot now looking for options there. Goes down the middle. Pichot puts up the floater under the basket. Slovenia force him into a turnover. Slovenia now looking for options. There's the kick out. So had the 3-point, didn't take it. Goes down the lane, Fangirl, and he ties the game up at 35 apiece, but France here, the shot clock is off. They're gonna have the last shot here. With Dadier now. France again, they're gonna put the ball in the hands of Pichot. 6 here in the first half. Here comes the pick and roll. With Alexandre Sarr, spins around. Flips around, and the foul is called. And the Slovenian players and the coaches, they want a traveling violation called. It's going to be 2 free throws now. Let's have a look at the replay here. There's a spin out. There's a step through.
I think it was a great move from Pichot. I think he worked out really well where the space were and the footwork he had. I think it was based on the rules. So I think it was a great individual move at the end of this second quarter from Theo Pichot.
Well, Pichot now has a chance to make this a 3-point play here. Put a bit of daylight now with 1.4 seconds left here in the first half. He makes a free throw attempt. I don't think he realizes what's left on the clock there. And a bit of a mental blunder there for Slovenia, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, France holding on to a 3-point lead here against Slovenia, 38-35. This is the FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup. We're live here in Malaga, the quarterfinals. One of these two teams will play the winner between Australia and Spain shortly after this game. Remember, Lithuania, the United States of America, they will meet in their semifinal in what will be a very, very big game. See who goes on to be the winner. Remember, the United States, of course, undefeated here in the Under-17 FIBA Basketball World Cup. But France, Slovenia, Lithuania, they may have something to say about it.
Yes,
What's your reason? Look at the stats here. What do we say about these stats?
Yeah, it's just incredible to see. To be honest, me as a former player, is just seeing the team score 8 threes in the first half is just incredible number itself. The team doesn't have it in the whole games, you know, and we've mentioned if Slovenia is going to keep it up, that's going to be just a simple miracle, the game to remember. But, you know, I wouldn't believe even they would keep it up the whole first half, but they did. So it would be really nice to see what they're going to come out with to the second half. On the other hand, you know, France has got a little bit off the rhythm with it because they know that Slovenia is hot, and you know they just have to believe. They just have to believe to their skills, to their play, to their game plan, and everything, and just keep carrying on what they're doing. Because I felt that while Slovenia keep hitting those shots, France feel like they have to hit some shots as well, and they kind of didn't prepare as best positions for their offense, I would say. So just stick to your game, you know, play what you were playing, play a good defense, run some breaks, get some easy shots. And if you offensively against the Lithuanian defense, just move the ball, what you do. Every player usually gets touches and stuff, so keep doing it because that worked very well the first quarter of this game for France.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at these stats and highlights, of course, if you want to look at the best future prospects of international basketball, make sure you go on Twitter and follow Next Gen Hoops. I repeat there on Twitter, Next Gen Hoops is the account that you want to follow all of these young stars across the men's and the women's game. And you can follow all the best highlights from these youth tournaments. Remember, these are the future stars of world basketball. Next Gen Hoops, make sure you follow them on Twitter. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just over 12 minutes for the second half of the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. We're live here in Malaga. France leading here in the quarterfinals, 38-35 over Slovenia. Well, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, now to the second half of this FIBA Under-17 Basketball World Cup quarterfinal matchup between France and Slovenia. Well, Slovenia were trailing by as many as 14 points, but France have somehow allowed them to get back in this game. Slovenia battling back with very impressive perimeter shooting. 8 3-point field goals made. Now, Teresa, what do we hand that down to? I mean, how have they been able to shoot so effectively from the perimeter?
Yeah, it will be good to see if Slovenia can keep it up. And I've just checked, you know, France is averaging 98 points in this championship. They only scored 38. That's a pretty good credit to Slovenian defense as well to stop that transition offense of France, because we haven't seen it as much. Slovenia started to look after the balls a little bit better, and the fact that they started to be effective shooting-wise as well, it didn't give France any like crazy defensive rebounds, which they could actually start as a starting point for their transition offense. So I think, you know, being French player, French nation, and believing that you're gonna win the game, you have to do it, because the France just needs to go back to as they started the game, you know, play a good defense, contest every shot, you know, and run the breaks. On the other hand, we know Slovenia, Vida, he has been such a leader for Slovenian team, and you know, even though he hasn't really been show off today in this game, he's been such a big element for Slovenian offense, because he's attaching all the attention of the defensive players of France on him, because he has the ball a lot in his hands, and that gives his teammates the space to shoot the ball and shoot it such well as they're doing it so far.
Interesting stat here for Slovenia. Their top scorer is Nick Urbania, 15 points. Let me give you a bit of a guess here. Between free throws and from the field, which one is he 50% and which one is he 100%?
If, I would tell you like this, if I go to the standards of basketball game, I would tell you the 2 points should be definitely higher. But because I'm sitting here right next to you and witnessing this incredible first half of Slovenian shooting percentage, I know is the other way, and they shooting 66% from the perimeter.
He is 4 for 4 from downtown, 1 for 1 from within inside the rim. He's 100% from the field. I mean, again, it's very unlikely he's going to stay at this stat because, of course, the intensity of the French defense. But again, you got to make the question, how do you miss the 1 free throw when you've been so effective? But well, as it stands, Renner now will inbound the ball here. Slovenia will get the first possession of the second half now. Slovenia trailing by 3 points. We're 20 seconds away here. Well, if you look at the top scorers, of course, in France as well, I mean, it's been evenly distributed, but Zachary Rissache is the top scorer so far with 7 points. Well, he as well, actually, funny enough. He's 100% from the field, so top scorers from each team yet to miss from the field here. Well, Slovenia now will have the first possession now of the second half, and again, they trail by 3 points. They're finding ways to break down the defense here. There's the penetration. Goes in, and another rejection there. Well, Alexandre Rossard, well, he's just becoming a defensive nightmare here for Slovenia. Rossard so far, we saw the big block he had in the first game where almost he was thinking, hey, I'm in Malaga right now. Maybe a bit of beach volleyball, but in that case, you know, he just stuffed that one down. But Slovenia now with 5 seconds here on the shot clock. That's another turnover. Again, a wasted opportunity there for Slovenia. I mean, Slovenia trailing for the entire of this game. You think it would just do their spirits a lot of good at some point to take the lead. Shot now, the one change for France here, coming in playing the point guard role as Pietru, the normal starters on the bench. Diarra turns it over, good hands, and now Slovenia, it's a 3-on-3 transition. Vide keeps it alive now. Slovenia here just trying to patiently build up their offense. Again, here comes the screen now with 6 on the shot clock. We got to get something going. Vide down the middle, another kick out, 3-pointer, corner. Well, would you expect anything else right now? 9th 3 of the game here for Slovenia.
But again, it comes off a great penetration of Vide, you know, being the threat to this defense of French, and the players just collapsing around him because they know how good player he is, and he's just opening up his teammates.
Again, the shot is up, and look how easy it is. Well, effortlessly from Diarra. Goes behind the back now and again. Just dribbles into a sea of French defenders. Slovenia now trailing by 2 points. This game really starting to have its flavor. Vide with the penetration. And my goodness gracious, well, somebody give Luka Doncic a call because Vide is looking like Luka. Well, that was a Luka-esque move by Vide. Top scorer, maybe, just maybe, Slovenia started to believe in themselves. Good hands here. Slovenia calls another turnover. Now Vide looking to push this one, goes down the middle. They're going to call a blocking foul here against Pichard. So that's going to be now. Well, in terms of team fouls here against France, that's their first team foul here so far. Again, very smart play there by Vide, just effectively using his body, getting to the basket, drawing that contact, and
yeah, just doing what you've been doing whole tournament. Be the threat, be aggressive towards the rim. He's not like taking a lot of shots from the perimeter, but she's such a threat from two.
Well, Pichard now with very aggressive defense here. Slovenia with a chance to take the lead. And again, France, you can see they're overreacting there. Now committing the foul, so it's going to be 3 free throws here now for Lachan.
And you know, you have mentioned it before the game that France hasn't been really challenged at all last 3 games, you know, and I think now once Slovenia is challenging them and they staying really close in the game, actually they could go to the lead right now. We see the French team a little bit panicking, let's say, mentally I would say, because why would you foul on a 3-point shot? I know they're scoring a lot of, but if you're in a good position, you don't have to panic. You just contest the shot, and that's it. So you don't have to send them to the free throw.
Well, Lonely Chan, of course, coming from one of the best academies in Slovenia, in the capital of Ljubljana. On this tournament so far, he's averaged 11.3 points with 3.5 rebounds per game, but it's the first time now Slovenia has taken the lead in this game. And again, this could be a huge confidence booster and maybe a change of the tide in this game.
Yeah, and as well, whatever happens in this game, and if France progress, then it gives Slovenia is giving really the way to play the French team.
Well, Diarra now, as we talk, playing close to the basket. Pichard having to play this point guard duty. Very interesting that Pietrou is not on the floor right now here for France. With a backdoor play, and again, that is just textbook BEA beautiful French basketball. As Zachary Pichard there, getting the dime from Pichard. And that will settle the nerves of these French players. Oh, wide open, 10 3-pointer, doesn't get it. Sachet now, looking to go the length of the court, and that foul has been committed by Popovic in transition. So that's going to be sideline ball now here to France, and they're going to make a change. Now, coming into the game for Pichard is the man who started at the point guard role, Pietrou, who in my mind is the best player for France.
Yeah, absolutely, but Coach 4 has quite good rotation because both point guards are completely different players. They bring in different styles to the team, so it gives the coach opportunity to change the rhythm offensively and defensively, because Pietrou is completely different point guard to Richard. So really good swap in here for Coach 4.
Well, that's much better there for France. Les Bleus will go to the free throw line here. And again, much better play there for France. Just trying to split the defense down and cause a collapse here of the Slovenian players. But FIBA will go to the free throw line here for the 2 shots, as mentioned. Again, relatively quiet in the second quarter. I mean, he had a very, very good start to the game, of course. Well, he's averaged so far 13 points per game, along with 7.5 rebounds coming from Centre Fédéral de Basket in France, one of the top academies, of course.
Yeah, he had a slow start into the tournament against Serbia, only 6 points, but then he scored 15, 15, and 16. So obviously he's showing off his true potential game by game.
Well, he gives France now a 1-point lead here, restoring a bit of order. Vide now trying to wrap around, goes in, puts him a tough one, and the follow-up. Well, Slovenia, it's almost like a game of chess right now. Who's got the best move and who's going to really take the advantage at the moment? Well, FIBA now looking to isolate. Goes in and around Rabraka. Goodness gracious! With a two-handed rim rocker. And that just silences the Slovenian fans. Willie Chan now here on the ball, guided by Diawara. There's a penetration now in the lane. Gets a little teardrop and gets the roll on it. Again, back and forth between these two teams. Slovenia and France just giving each other everything they've got right now. Very excited third quarter.
Yeah, they're fighting for every possession, isn't it? Every point matters in this game.
Pietru now goes in with a little left hook, and again he kisses that one off the backboard. He gets a drop on it. He puts France back up by 1 point. It goes in and gets rejected as Sachet there says not in, as they would say in French. Ma maison, my house. Oh, look at this. I mean, it's like a beautiful baby hook shot going out of bounds and bumps into the camera. But look at Sachet. Au revoir. Get out of here.
Don't know if you guys have seen it, but it was 3 players coming off the court for Slovenia. Well-deserved rest, because it's been a great start into the third quarter from these players on the court.
Well, Slovenia try another 3 with Lishan there, and you can see it doesn't go in. And this is the last 2 3-point shots. And again, very much unlike you talked about this, Teresa, that they weren't going to shoot like this possibly all game. It's Petru now. Goes in, tries to jump, gets blocked from behind. Foul is going to be called, so it's going to be 2 free throws here for Monsieur Alexandre Sa, as he will go back to the free throw line.
And again, comes off that great penetration of Pietrus. And it's both ends, isn't it? It's for Slovenia, it's Vide, and on the side of France, it's Pietrus. They're just attaching defense so well and opening up their teammates and making their players better players. And that's what you want from the point guard. Not only they out-threat themselves, but also they're making the others better.
It makes both free throws now, giving France a 3-point lead at the moment. Halfway gone so far here in the third quarter, 50-47. Slovenia, no life in the first half as Vide makes a penetration. Vide kicks out. Good ball movement here from Slovenia. Diawara now putting the pressure on. And the 10 on the shot clock now. Vide, he's got to get something going. Down the middle, fades away, takes it, got it! Big time shot! Well, you've got to ask the question. This guy's got to be one of the best players here in the tournament. The fadeaway with a hand in his face. It doesn't get any tougher than that. Hassan now makes a penetration. And a turnover. Well, again, a very costly error there for France. Slovenia, you can see when the decision was made there for the turnover, the bench just got up. And now Vide and Slovenia have the chance to take the lead. Well, steps back, takes another mid-range shot, doesn't get it. Way off the mark here. So FIBA with the rebound. Again, almost turns over, but keeps it alive in the hustle play here from the young man from France. Well, Pietru now looking for space. He has to give this one up. 7 on the shot clock now. They got to get something going. Well, Pietru now, pump fakes, got to shoot it. Well, the 3 is up. 3 is no good. Goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a baseline ball now here to Slovenia. You know, you got to see the confidence that's going to do to Slovenia to force France to take a tough shot and not to come up with the loose ball.
Yeah, indeed, it was a great defensive possession, but a shame they didn't grab the rebound as well of that, because if you would have got it, you could have run the floor.
Well, look at the bench of the Slovenian players, and right behind the fans, of course, the energy. Moment making the pass is very tough here for France. Lon Lichamp with 15 points so far. Pietru now looking to break this one down. Has a spin out. Hesitation. Good defense. And Slovenia now with another chance here. Take the lead here. Just over 3.5 to go. Third quarter. Quarterfinals. Well, from no man's land. And Slovenia missing the last 3 3-point shots. After making one at the beginning here of the third quarter, taking their tally now to 9 3-pointers. Malawaya now goes in the lane, looking to kick this one out. Diawara, cross-court pass. After Pietru has to take a 3-pointer and the shot clock, he can't get it. Slovenia now will look to break here in transition, going down the middle, but France's transition defense just able to slow it down here.
Yeah, Zdarovic didn't have any really opportunity to attack or anything. He didn't like the numbers, so it's quite smart to slow it down and prepare your offense.
Ovide now for the shot clock. Makes a penetration, goes in around tough left, gets blocked. A great defense there by Alexandre Sa. Now Piatrou can try to push this one, but a reaching foul has been committed by Lon Luchan there.
So now Slovenia needs to be careful because they now committed more than 4 team fouls, so every other foul will be rewarded by free throw for France.
Well, France making a double change as Alexandre Sa and Phil Blaul will leave the game. So coming back into France for the lineup, excuse me, is Wilson Jacques, number 14. And of course Dadier, but we got another turnover here for France.
It's only their 7th turnover, which is not a bad number, but we have to keep in mind that they made 3 turnovers in this quarter out of that number. So that's not pretty impressive from them, and they need to look after the ball a little bit more.
There's a pump fake now, goes all the way, turns it over. Now France have an option here as Piatrou in transition. Throws up the alley-oop, and again, just able to connect with it. A timeout now called here by Slovenia. Well, that was a beautiful transition play there by Ilan Piatrou there, just able to... Well, there was a turnover there. Great defense, Wilson Jacques there with the help side again. It's just so effective there in transition. It's Kylian Malwaya, of course, just finishing. But France now back to a 3-point lead.
Yeah, pretty even game. In this quarter, it's even 14-14. Again, what a great performance from Slovenia to keep up with this strong French team. So, you know what, I'm so excited to see even the 4th quarter, because I think this game's just going to be point by point by point. And you know, for Slovenia, Vida has now forced 2 times quite tough shots, which is not too ideal for Slovenian offense, because, you know, you don't have to force because your teammates are performing as well. So maybe if you feel like you forced one, then create something for the second one. Don't go again, because I think what worked well for Slovenia was that if they move a little bit forward, they run the floor as well, and, you know, that's the way I think Slovenia should play now for the remaining 2 minutes of this quarter and the 4th quarter.
Definitely, of course. It's a very, very valid point you made there. Well, the key thing in this game was the second quarter. Slovenia winning that one 21-12 and really put the pressure on France from the perimeter. Now, they have got a little bit cold so far. Only 1 for 4 from downtown here. Again, you mentioned that, of course, probably the unlikelihood of being able to shoot so efficiently from the perimeter, but again, they've given themselves a chance. They're down by 3. And again, everything's to play for in a position in the semi-final tomorrow against either Spain or Australia. With Zdarovic now, again, had the previous turnover that led to the transition bucket from France. Coming off one screen now, looking for options.
That's a great mismatch because Vida has Jacques on him, so he needs to use the...
Vida steps back, takes a 3-pointer, can't get it. The offensive rebound now, secured by Zdarovic.
And again, same situation. Is he going to take a different decision? No, he's shooting. I think he should have attacked him because he's so much quicker than him.
And the foul has been committed on the rebound there, and again, Slovenia almost feeling, you know, very anxious in their offense. You can see this by not being able to hit those shots in the perimeter. But again, you mentioned the mismatch against Wilson Jacques, but trying to shoot a 3-pointer over the big man. I mean, it's almost a mission impossible, if you like.
You know what? I wouldn't say as much mission impossible, but you took the option, the possession before, and you missed. So you want to change it. You want to try something different, you know. And if you have that advantage in quickness against the big player of the France, you have to go under his feet because then other players will have to help, and you can open your teammates up.
Well, Mohamed Diawara steps up and makes the first free throw. That's his first free throw make of the evening. Now, France shooting relatively okay. Only 3 missed free throws, but he missed another one now. Piatrou now just slowing this one down here for Les Bleus. We'll lead this one by 4 points. Wilson Jacques now forced it up, and again, just enough contact there to get that one to go. goes out of bounds in the 6 seconds now here on the shot clock as Bish finding it very difficult to break down the French defense. And France, just starting to step up their tempo and their aggression on defense.
Yeah, your defense brings you offense, and as you're saying, France deflecting the balls, they really put the pressure on the players, and Vide is out of course, so other players has to now create.
They've got to get something going. They force up another three-pointer, can't get it. Get through with the rebound, and now we're under a minute to go. Again, looks like he's going to try and slow this one down here for France. Well, 11 now on the shot clock. Gives this one up to Dadier. They turn it over now, Slovenia. Well, what do we have here? Transition. Goes up and he avoids the block shot. He lays that one up. Well, we've got exactly now 3 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Slovenia counting it down now to a 4-point ball game. Well, Dadier now looking to put the ball in the hands of Pietrou. Down to Diarra. Cross court pass now. Dadier now goes up and Dadier makes that one. And now Slovenia here with a few seconds. Goes in with the Luka Doncic-esque wraparound finger roll, but unable to connect with it. But ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the third quarter, France lead this one 57-51 over Slovenia. I'm just amazed that he got the shot up there. I mean, that would have been something special had he made that one.
It's an exciting quarter ahead of us. Josh, what do you think? Everything's open in this game, to be honest. If Slovenia can keep up a good percentage of shooting and also run some breaks and have some stops, I think France should be worried about this game to bring it into the winning end.
Well, here are the best plays now here in the third quarter. Slovenia having only made one three-point field goal, but again, just hustling for every possession right now, trying to get themselves back into this. Well, this is the quarterfinals. Remember, the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. We're live here in the beautiful city of Malaga in sunny Spain. Currently in this amazing arena we're in right now, the Palacio de Deportes José María Martín Carpena. Well, again, you got to love that play there. I mean, look, some of these highlights, of course, is going to be mixed up, but again, you got to love the fadeaway there by Vide. Again, the ability just to break the defense down. They're going to need him to have a very big fourth quarter. Well, Vide, as we mentioned, as great a player as he is, obviously averaging so far in this tournament 20.5 points per game, but at the moment only has 8 points, and credit that to the fact that France really has done a good job of containing him for the moment. But again, it's now or never for these two teams. 1 quarter to go. Who will play in the semifinals against either Australia or Spain? Well, Pietrou now will bring the ball up here for Les Bleus. Currently have this 6-point lead now over Slovenia. FIBA is back into the game for France. A good ball movement here from France, and they get a shot in the corner. Shot is up, and it's no good. Again, has to realize Shock should have seen what was on the shot clock, but somebody's got to tell him he's got to shoot that one.
Yeah, he should have taken that shot. He was wide open. You can't get any more open than it was.
Well, Slovenia now given another chance to chip into the deficit. Jan Vide, one of the top scorers so far here in this tournament. Only 8 points here this evening. Goes down the middle, makes a bit of contact in. I think that's going to be a baseline ball because he was trying to pass the ball. So the Slovenia coach 1 and 2 free throws, but well, we just see now, Teresa, the Spanish players have entered the building. And you know, when Spain gets ready to take the court against Australia, this arena is going to be a big big atmosphere. It's going to be a party here when they stop playing.
Yeah, we spoke about the culture of basketball in different countries, and Spain is definitely one of the best fans, let's say. I had the pleasure to play in here as well, and it was always such incredible atmosphere. So I expect this arena to go down today, because this is a quarterfinals. It's either go or play for qualification.
Well, I just had a little peek up at the VIP section just recently, and I've just seen Jose Calderon in the house. So there are some celebrities here tonight. Jose Calderon, a former NBA player and a champion with Spain back in 2006 in the FIBA World Championship in Japan, of course. So Spanish basketball. But right now, of course, it's about Slovenia and France. Jan Vide now coming off one screen. Puts up a little floater, and Vide now all of a sudden takes his tally up to 10 points, and this could be his quarter to shine and get Slovenia the victory to take them to that semi-final.
Yeah, I think it's a lot about his decision makings now in this quarter, because he's going to be challenged. He's the best player of Slovenia, and now it's up to him to make a decision. Should he take the responsibility himself or pass the ball and make the others better perform?
Well, there's a kick out the three-pointer by Pietru, but can't get it. And Slovenia now with another chance to chip into the deficit. Vide now got it by FIBA. There's a cross-court now. They try another three. The three is up. The three is no good. As Wilson Rock with the rebound. France now just dealing with this pressure here from Slovenia. Well, the spin-out play now goes in with a little Euro-French step. Doesn't get it. Can't secure the rebound, and now Slovenia will try to push this one. Splits the defense now. There's a kick out. There's another three-pointer. Again, Slovenia. You mentioned it. You called it.
You know, you can't be mad, because Urbania were shooting 80% before he took these two shots. So he has to keep shooting the ball.
Well, Slovenia has a man down now. And Dadier is wide open in the corner. They get the ball to him a little bit late. Well, the three is up, and Dadier says merci beaucoup to Wilson Jacques.
Hey, his feet was set for like 5 seconds, so finally he got the ball. Great shot from Didier.
I mean, he was waiting. He's like, you know, when's it coming? Jan Vide now here on the ball. Vide throws a pass and goes out of bounds. It's another turnover, probably another time, but Slovenia looking to make a change now here in their lineup. So coming back into the game for Slovenia is Nec Dizdarovic. That's a double change, because also coming back into the game is Blaž Kratau, who, you know, hasn't really made too much of a meaningful impact in this game so far. 16 minutes he's played, 4 rebounds, but 0 points. Well, tries to throw the alley-oop, but doesn't connect with it. Slovenia trailing now here by 7. Jan Vide now with the ball in his hands. Tries to make the penetration, turns it over. And an unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called, so France are going to go to the free throw line, get 2 shots, and they're going to get the ball back.
And when you asked me earlier of other players, was there a frustration at the beginning of the game? I think this one was. This foul of Jan Vide was out of frustration, because he lost the ball. He knows how tight and how close Slovenia is to upset, you know, this French team. And this was just a personal foul out of frustration.
Well, this is interesting now, because it makes his free throw. He can put them up by 9 points to get the ball back now. And France with another chance to send this back into double digits. So Pichard is back on the France, back in the court for France, number 6. As FIBA again becoming a key factor here for this French national team. Alexandre Sarr there. Gets the ball inbound, tries to go down the middle, kicks out to Dadier. Good ball movement here from France. The 3 is up. The 3 is good from downtown. Again, they are just starting to cook it up now. 12-point is Guy Sachet. He now moves up to 12 points.
Such an unselfish play from the French team, because Dadier has just hit 3 and he just shared the ball to other teammates to really hit his.
Well, Dizdarovic there, pump fakes. Has to take this one in the lane, fades away, and he's fouled. So Dizdarovic is going to go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Slovenia only shot 7 free throws so far, compared to 13 of France.
Well, Zdarovic now makes the first free throw. Again, with 6:29 to go here, Slovenia need to make sure that any more costly errors are made by them, on defense and offense for that matter. Well, it makes it 2 for 2 now for the charity strike. 10-point deficit here. France, over 6 minutes away here from the semifinals, but can Slovenia peg them back? Pichana throws a helpless pass and turns it over. Pish now coming off one screen. Slovenia looking for ways to break down France here. Day now with the penetration. They pulls up mid-range, tucks it away, and cuts it down to an 8-point ball game as France call timeout. They want to talk it over.
It's such a tough game for Jan Vide, and such a big learning experience again, because he's such a strong leader for Slovenia, and we know the whole defense is focusing on him. And those decision-making he needs to take in this last 6 minutes of the game are such crucial for Slovenia to be able to think to win this game, because he is mainly on the ball, and he's making and distributing the ball to his teammates as well. Here we see top scorers for France: Rocher 12, Favre 10, Pietrus 8. You know, that French team has such depth within the roster. Again, whoever comes to the court is very much valuable part of the team. You know, the intensity stays up. They're not going down. They're not slowing down. You know, here we see that 3 from Badier when he was waiting. Okay, am I going to get a shot? And I did. And next possession, he was patient, and you know, he shared the ball to his teammate to make him better, and score those 3. So such a team play from the French team, and I think them being very patient in this game and believing in their ability brought them this 8 points lead so far in this game.
Well, Slovenia right now, 6 minutes here to save themselves. Trailing by 8 points, not much at all. France, they made a run there at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Again, just showed that collective way to play team basketball, of course. Move the ball, get good shots. Less from this run and gun, one-on-one style of basketball. But France now, Pichard, Jadier, and Mil Waya on the floor. So Fibleul has left the court now here. Oh, again, you gotta love that. Risa Shea just goes down the middle, gives it a little teardrop.
That's way easy. When you open up the middle of the court, it's just so dangerous, because the player has options to either create, shoot, you know.
So Jan Vide now curls the screen, and it's everything, but the foul has been committed against Slovenia. Well, that is now the 13th foul now here for Slovenia. It's on Zdarovic. Well, both teams now with only 1 foul to give here with 5:25 to go. Now, you got to ask yourself, if France can get into the penalty quite quickly, it's going to be pretty much their game to win at that point.
Yeah, definitely, because obviously sometimes you want to use the fouls to slow down the offense or stop the breaks or something. So in that case, they wouldn't be able to.
A smooth ball movement here for France. Pichard now with the ball in his hands, makes a penetration, tries to step through. Well, maybe took an extra Paris step, if you like that. But Slovenia now in transition. Take the three-pointer. Again, it's way off the mark here. And Slovenia just desperately trying to find that rhythm where they were on fire in the first half. At the moment, it's been very tough for them from the perimeter.
Yeah, they would need to hit some long shots again.
Well, seals him off, and Alexandre Sa just dominates in the low block. You gotta love the way he seals him off, and then little pump fake and just simple kiss off the backboard. Off the backboard, excuse me.
You know, for Slovenia, I feel like they're a little bit running out of breath now, these last minutes of this fourth quarter. On the French side, the coach has spread the minutes within the roster, so no player seems to be tired to me. But on the other side, the Slovenia had Vide, who averaged before this game, he was almost 30 minutes per game. Pierce was almost 30 minutes per game. Tatar who hasn't been really isn't as much in the game today because he has committed those 3 personal fouls quite early in that first quarter. So I feel it's a very physical game, and for Slovenia to go and perform these last 4.5 minutes of this game would be really tough task. So they now have to take this time out to relax, to take that little rest, you know, and now come up and play great defense, run the breaks, hopefully hit some shots, but with the tiredness, the percentage decreases, and that's what we're witnessing, you know, because Slovenia looks, to me, more tired than that French team. So I think that's why they haven't been hitting those shots as well.
Oh, you're absolutely right. They've really had to work. I mean, this isn't just a case of dribbling the ball up, battle against a zone defense here from France. You got to penetrate. You got to make them collapse. You got to get kickouts. And you're right. You have to work for it. The fatigue probably has settled in now here for Slovenia, but they trail by 12 points. In the lane now, bounce pass, dish it off, and that's a beautiful play there. Again, they cut it back down to a 10-point ball game. There's Chatar there. You can see just laying it up.
It just tells you what it means for both teams. Both teams playing full court pressing right now.
Well, Slovenia trying to come up with a lot of double teams here. Pichard now cross court. Well, why not from downtown? And Dadier, one more time, s'il vous plaît. Merci beaucoup, mon ami, as he hits a three-pointer. And that is just going to kill the confidence of these Slovenian players. Well, Slovenia now just trying to find ways to get back in this one. They try another three-pointer. The three is up, and again, they come up with the offensive rebound. Every day now, coming off the screen now, looking to crossover. Tries another crossover. Hangs in the air, doesn't get it. Now tries an alley-oop, and again, ladies and gentlemen, France just trying to put on a bit of a show here in front of everybody. Well, I think even the Slovenian fans probably wanted to see that one. It was just such a spectacular way to get the ball up the court, but 3:18 to go now. France with a comfortable 15-point lead. You know, you got to credit Slovenia. They have really battled back and showed at times that taking the lead at one point in the third quarter, but as you mentioned, the mental and the physical fatigue, of course, settling in here. But the game's not over. Day goes up, gets rejected one more time. Alexandre Gassar with his third block so far. Well, Sachet now in transition, finding Dadier. He's fouled hard, so 2 free throws. That's a silly foul to give away there for Slovenia because that was their last foul to give, and it's a shooting foul.
Yeah, and they should have kept that foul. Yeah, absolutely. That was actually there was a foul even on a player before, but the officials just let it run. And you're right, because you want to save those fouls when you have probably like last minute in the game when you can afford to actually stop offense of the opponent.
Well, they made a change here, so they determined that Bacom Dadier was not in the process of shooting. They made that about a baseline ball now, so Slovenia maybe get away with this one as Alexandre Gassar with the turnaround, the fadeaway, gets it to drop, and that's just a beautiful move there by the big man.
A beautiful footwork as well that he's playing, his defender really.
Well, he now moves up to 13 points. He's had a very influential game here for the French national team as Jan Videt, guarded by FIBA. Spins around now, looking to kick this one out. Try another three-pointer. Three is up. In and out, almost got it, but he's on the sock, goes behind the back like Magic Johnson. There's the alley-oop. Wow, you gotta love it. You gotta give him credit, of course. I mean, FIBA trying his best to obviously elevate, but I just love that transition play there by France. Yeah, Videt now looking to take this one in the lane now, looking to kick out and try another three-pointer. Three is up, and again, it's no good.
It is Slovenia is trying to break it now with that three-point shooting, but you know what? As I said, they look quite fatigued to me right now, and the French has, I think, found again their rhythm what they displayed in their first quarter.
Alexandre Gassar there tried the three-pointer, couldn't take it, and now Slovenian transition. Try a long two-pointer. The foot is on the line. It's no good yet again. But 1:38 to go here. France leading by 19 points. And they get the ball back. And you can see the body language now from these Slovenian players. Very dejected.
You know what? They should be proud because at the moment they're down by 19 points. But again, the score doesn't reflect the game, does it? Because we know they actually took the lead in this game during the second half. And at the beginning of the fourth, it was still even. So, yeah, now they lost that last quarter, or losing that quarter 21-8, which is a terrible number for Slovenia. But I think just that fatigue in the last quarter, because they've been really competing against this strong, athletic French team.
Well, they turn it over now. They got numbers here. They're going to pull up for the three-pointer. And just not dropping one three-pointer so far here in the second half for Slovenia. But they get the offensive rebound and the tip back in. And the blocking foul has been called against Slovenia. That's going to be 2 free throws now here for Pichard. I don't think Pichard appreciated the foul there, of course, but again, he will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots.
Yeah, that comes to that benefits when you have team fouls, which you already mentioned that Slovenia have committed more than 4 fouls, team fouls. Well, 2 minutes ago, so that sends every French player on a free throw if there be any other foul by Slovenian defenders.
Well, Theo Pichard standing at 197 centimeters, 6'6", for the cross measurements, of course, from the Centrale Fédérale du Basket in France. He missed the second free throw. Slovenia now with under a minute and a half to go here, trailing by 18 points. When we get the ball in the corner, they try another three-pointer, and again, just hasn't dropped them here in the second half. And it's exactly as you said, Teresa, they were not going to shoot like this with the 8 for 12 that they had in the first half. Well, Li Chan there just had a choice of some very, let's say, not so polite words there for his reaction to the officials' call there, but I don't think he appreciated that too much. But Dadier will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Li Chan just saying to the official, I swear I got the ball.
You know where he might be right, but it's just, it's just a hustle. They're trying to hustle to the last minute, and credit to Slovenia because they're not giving up. They just come down the floor, they try to shoot it because they know that's what they've been doing excellently for the majority of this game. So they're not giving up. They just carry on till the end of this game.
Well, back on Dadier there, makes both free throws. The young man who plays at Paris Basket stands at 6'7", 200 centimeters. Slovenia now trailing by 20 points. Remember, they took the lead. Coming back. Goes out of bounds now with 44.3 seconds left. Maxime Loguet is back into the game here for France. Well, Lemar also back in the game here for France as well, along with Pietrou. Again, they're going to try and dribble this one out, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, France really, this was the test that we talked about, of course. Dadier going baseline, and the man from Paris Basket just puts the finishing touch there. And that could very well be bon nuit to the Slovenians. Good night. I think Slovenia are going to dribble this one down, of course. Probably not go for the shot. Oh, maybe not, actually. Well, goes in and gets a tip back in. Well, we thank you for joining us here. The third of our 4 quarterfinals games. France, they're going to the final. And almost got it there by Pietrou, but France will play either Spain or Australia. What a game it was. France came out dominating in the first quarter. Slovenia inspired by a flurry of perimeter shooting. 8 for 12 in the first half, pegged back. And it was back and forth stuff in the third quarter, but in the end, France, they've answered their critics. They will remain undefeated here.
Yeah, confirmation of number Slovenia 33 only ended up from the perimeter. They had 66 at the halftime, so that tells you a lot. They couldn't hit a three this second half. 36 rebounds for Slovenia, 39 for France, so not much difference. Some top scorers in here. Lichon for Slovenia, 15, Urbania 15, Vide 12. Tough game for himself, and France, Rissacher, he's ended up on 14 points, Sar 13, and 12 points for Dardier.
Well, France have won the game, of course. As we mentioned, they'll be on their way to the final. And you can see key players for them, as you mentioned, Lacombe, Dardier, Rissacher as well. Again, it's another example of just how great the development of French basketball is. They applaud their fans. And they will find out pretty soon who will be their opponent for tomorrow. Will they play Spain? Will they play Australia? Well, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights now here from this game, of course. I got to tell you, I mean, the one player I was very... There's just so many players, of course, you could talk about from France. I mean, FIBA, Dardier, Rissacher. I mean, it's almost like a kid in the candy store. You just got so many great basketball players on this French national team that it almost becomes impossible to pick an MVP.
Yeah, you're right. And within that fresh roster, we only seen 2 players who hasn't contributed point-wise. And they were the players. One didn't play, which was Panda, and second who played only 4 minutes, which was Lamar. So what a good performance in here they displayed today against Slovenia. And while we're watching the highlights, you know, credit to Slovenia as well, because they have really performed today. They can be proud. They lost the game, but they could keep their heads up because they got everything they could. They came to this game as underdogs. No one really believed that they could play 3/4 of the game as they did, you know, but unfortunately the game is 40 minutes, it's 4 quarters, and that's what obviously France brought to this winning end, because they were consistent. They just kept going, kept believing, and you know, the quality of that French team just showed up. Especially in that last quarter. The fatigue Slovenia had in that fourth quarter brought their percentage massively down, almost like they couldn't hit any shot or anything. And that's what was playing for France, who has run the floor as well. And we had many players trying the alley-oop, you know, they played quite comfortably. So I think they're going to bring loads of confidence after today's game. Even though they've been challenged, you know, they dealt with it, and that's what gives you that confidence to the next game.
Well, French players now will leave the court. Ladies and gentlemen, we will leave you with the highlights, of course, here from this game to enjoy. But remember, here live on the FIBA YouTube, the next game will be obviously the final quarterfinal here of today's FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup. As our host, Spain, they will take on Australia. The winner of that game will take on France. Remember, Lithuania, they will meet the United States tomorrow in the semifinals. France will find out who they have. We'll leave with the highlights. Remember, the other game is live here on FIBA's YouTube. This is the FIBA Under-17 Men's Basketball World Cup.